Hello and welcome to today's live cast, or live play that is, of Rolling Realms Game 79-1, round one of Game 79. Yeah, I'm Jamey. I play these live plays every now and then. Looks like my camera went up a little bit. There we go. And yeah, every month I play a game of Rolling Realms, and I kind of teach as I play. You're welcome to hang out. You can talk about whatever you want, or you can play along with me, because you can play as long as you have these realms. Charterstone and My Little Scythe actually come in the core game for Rolling Realms. Millennium Blades is a promo, as shown by the star in the upper left. You can play along against me at any time. I see Mark is joining me today. Mark, good to see you again. Mark was on our weekly live cast earlier today. And I'm going to jump right in. I'll talk about these as I play, but let's jump right in and start playing Rolling Realms. All right, first roll. So in Rolling Realms, everyone uses the same dice, and so you're all going to use a 2 and a 4, or we are going to use a 2 and a 4 to write in these realms. So in Charterstone, you use a number to mark a building, and then you write down the other number below in the crate. So I'm going to use a 4 in Charterstone to cross off this building right here. It gives me a heart, and then I have to write down the other number, the 2, down here. I haven't actually used the 2. I've just written it down. And later on, I'll try to crack open those crates. Hopefully have a bunch of the same numbers in those crates. Oh, Garrett says, can I swap cameras? I thought I had it set up correctly, Garrett. Currently, I can swap them. So let me know. So I've just swapped them twice. But yeah, let me know if it isn't appearing correctly. On my screen, I see a big shot of the table, and then I see a smaller image of me. Hey, Julie, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Garrett says, I'm still big with the small game. Let me know what that looks like. Let me know how that looks now. So currently for me, I'm showing a big picture of me and a small picture of Rolling Realms on the screen. Let me try this actually. I will temporarily remove that. I'll make myself big, and then I'll add Rolling Realms back to the screen. It's been being a little fiddly today. Okay, so this is main camera. I'm going to add Rolling Realms. And usually, yeah, something. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so let me know if this looks right. Currently, it looks right to me, but I understand if that doesn't look right to you, and I can switch it back. Are you all seeing a big image of what's on my tabletop here and a small image of me? That's ideally what you'll be seeing. Okay. Thanks, Garrett, for the heads up. Chad, good to see you as well. So first roll, used a 4, wrote down a 2. And now My Little Scythe. My Little Scythe is pretty good to get started early, and I could have 2 hearts. I'm hesitant to give up on Millennium Blades from the very, very start, though. So in Millennium Blades, we need to match the value of an unmarked card. And when we do that, we actually gain a die, which is pretty strong. So let's use the 2 for Millennium Blades. So cross off that card. I gain a coin, and I gain a 5 value die. So very powerful realm in Rolling Realms. It just becomes a little tricky to actually get a 0 and 7, 8, 9. So I'll use the 5 over here in My Little Scythe to get a heart. I've used all 3 realms now. All right, turn 2. Well, that's good now. Thank you all for confirming. Here is a 6 and a 4. A 6 and a 4 on turn 2. Not great for Charterstone, but that's okay. We could hold off on Charterstone or just have different numbers in the crates. My Little Scythe, I can't match that 5 yet, but I just can keep getting more numbers. Mark says, it feels weird without the sleeves. So, Mark, do you usually play with sleeves on your cards? I never play Rolling Realms with sleeves. Millennium Blades. What can I do with a 4 and a 6? So Millennium Blades, one of the perks you can do is you can spend coins or 2 pumpkins instead of 2 pumpkins to increase the value of the die that you're using or the number that you're using. And unlike normally when you can only change a number to 1 through 6. In Millennium Blades, you can go down to 0 or up to 9. So 6s, I'm going to need 6s to increase them all the way up to 9, but it's a little early to do that. I'd rather use that 6 for a resource, or I guess the 4 gives me a star. But I'd rather gain a resource at this point. In fact, I might want to bump it up to a 7 to gain that coin. Let's see what to do. And I'd love to get a 5 over here to match, but I can't quite do that. Okay. Yeah, this is tough because I don't want to have... I'll use the 6. I'll use a coin to turn that 6 into a 7. So I gain another coin back, and I gain a 4 right here. I already used that 5. I'll use a 4, and I'll put that 4 over in... It doesn't matter at this point because I have a 4 here and a 4 to use. I think I will use... Oh, no, I can't use the 4 in Charterstone, so it actually does matter. I'll put the 4 in... Yeah, actually, so this is just a bad play because I can't use a 4 in both of these realms, so I'm not going to use the 7. I'll just use a normal 6. I won't get that coin. Sorry about that. Here's the 6. Here's a pumpkin. I'll use the 1 that I just earned over in Charterstone to put a 4 there and gain a pumpkin. And then I'll use the other 4 in my little scythe. I'll put it right there to get a heart. Okay. Nolan, thanks for joining the stream. Nolan says that he's going to break out Rolling Realms soon. Here's turn 3, 6 and a 2. Oh, I like that. And Garrett says there's a food truck in his neighborhood today, and he can't decide between a tilapia tacos, shrimp tacos, or a vegetarian fajita burrito. What would you get? Garrett, what I do when I'm indecisive at restaurants is I get one of all the things that I want, and I use it for leftovers later. So that would be my recommendation if you're torn between those 3 things. For a 6 and a 2, I'll go with a 6 right here and write down the 2 down below. I also love leftovers. I don't know how you all feel about leftovers, but I love leftovers. Brendan says, any plans to release any more Rolling Realms packs? We actually have one, Brendan, coming out next week with our release of Tokaido. Here's Tokaido. We have a Tokaido realm that will come out next week. Yeah. 6 and a 2. I had the 6. I had the 2. I got the coin. I haven't used the 2 yet. So, and I can't use the 2 in Millennium Blades unless I manipulate it. So let's put the 2 over in my little scythe, I think. Put that there and get another heart. And then I'll use a single coin as a 1. Oh, but then I'm getting a 6. Actually, this will work out because I'm getting a pumpkin. And then I'm also getting a 6. I've already activated these 2 realms, so I can't actually use a 6 unless I use 3 pumpkins to reactivate a realm. And I am going to do that. So 3 pumpkins will get me. Let me use that 6 as either a 6, a 5, or a 7. And I know that I need, well, here. Yeah, I don't want to get, yeah, that's the tricky thing about Millennium Blades. Unless you have the pumpkins, I don't really want these extra dice right now. So that is a little tricky. Let's use that extra 6 in my little scythe. Yeah. And I'll use it as a pumpkin. There we go. Okay, we'll see if that works out. Anyway, turn 4. Garrett says that's the method he uses in board game stores. He gets one of each when he's torn. I just rolled another 6 and a 2. A lot of 6s this round. I should be taking advantage of them from Millennium Blades. Mark says he's excited about the Tokaido realm. Chad says he's trying to buy replacement game pieces on eBay, but it would be cheaper to buy the whole game used. Are the publishers not able to help you out there, Chad? And Brendan says, thank you, Brendan. He says, can I just say how amazing this game is? I love how easy it is to teach and all the ability to play virtually anywhere. I love all your games, but this is the one we've played by far the most. I really appreciate that, Brendan. Other than... at least as far as our published games go, this is the most played game for me too. And I continue to love it. I really look forward to this time. So yeah, thanks for saying that. I really appreciate that. 6 and a 2. I almost want to manipulate that 6 to a 5 to get even more 2s in Charterstone, but I could use that 2 elsewhere if I use, yeah, here's, no, I can't get that one. I need to get a number that I haven't used in Charterstone with Millennium Blades. Okay, let's try this. I'll use this 6 and I'll turn it into a 5 using a coin, which you're allowed to do in Millennium Blades and Millennium Blades only, to turn it into a 5. That gives me a pumpkin and a 2. I'll use that 2 in Charterstone. I look at a rolled die for the crate, and I get a pumpkin. And now I still haven't used this 2, which I can use in my little Scythe. I'll use it over here for another pumpkin and a coin because I have 2 matching 2s now. That gives me a lot of pumpkins, which I'll need for Millennium Blades later. So far, pretty good. We're looking pretty good here. Chad says he got the game at a thrift store. Here's a 5 and a 4 for turn 5. 5 and a 4. And he says he doesn't feel right asking for pieces. What do you think about that situation? Not a Stonemaier game. Chad, what you could do, and I appreciate you feeling a little weird about that. I think it's okay to feel a little weird about that. Go to the publisher and say, hey, I'm missing these pieces. I feel responsible for them, and I'd love to pay for shipping at the very least. The pieces won't cost the publisher much, but the shipping might cost them $5 to $10. So just offer to pay for shipping, and I think that covers it. I mean, that's a good way to go. Garrett set it off. Have a good one, Garrett. Okay, 5 and a 4. I already have a 4 down here, so I wouldn't mind using a 5 to get another 4 down here. Let's go with that. I'll use a 5 here, write a 4 down there in Charterstone, and get a coin. That leaves me with a 4 to use elsewhere. I haven't used a 4 in Millennium Blades. I haven't doubled up on a 4 in my little Scythe. I also haven't doubled up on a 3. I need to keep working at Millennium Blades because I get stars for complete rows. Let's cross off that 4. It gives me a star. Also gives me a 3 value die, which I can use in, let's put it in my little Scythe over here for a star. And now do I want to start to double up with anything? I don't think I can double up twice on the same turn. I can, but I'm hesitant to try that. So feels a little early for me to start to double up, so I won't do that. Mark says that Millennium Blades doesn't give hearts, which makes my little Scythe difficult, and it does. But I am getting close to getting 6 stars from it for just to cover my little Scythe's star requirement. We're good. I think we're okay. Yeah, let's go on to turn 6. A 6 and a 4. We continue this pattern of 6s. I continue to barely take advantage of it for Millennium Blades. So let's try to do that this turn. 6 and a 4. Can I get a 3 for Charterstone and put another 4 down there? Can I get a 3? Okay, so if I can turn that 6 into an 8, I can get a 3 to use in Charterstone. So let's use that 6 and maybe 2 coins to manipulate it up to an 8. That gives me a star. It gives me a 3, which I'll use over here in Charterstone. And that lets me mark the 4 down below. I have not used the 4 yet, so let's use the 4 over in my little Scythe to get a pumpkin and a coin because I matched up the 4s. And do I want to do anything extra this turn? I still don't exactly know when to tip those scales and start to do extra in any of the realms, but as long as I have the pumpkins, there's no real urgency to do that. So I'm not going to do that yet. I see Ian is popping in to say hi. He says, we just got home from skiing. I hope you had a good ski day. I'll catch up and play live tomorrow and Friday. That's awesome, Ian. I'm glad you're enjoying your spring break. All right, turn 7. A 1 and a 4. I'll tell you all something off subject. Someone earlier today messaged me on Instagram and said, Jamey, I think you're doing great work despite all the controversy. Have a good day. It was something to that effect. And it was one of those comments where I was like, well, tell me what the controversy is. I don't know what context you have for this. Is there a controversy happening somewhere that I don't even know about? So I asked them to let me know what controversy they're talking about. But I don't know if any of you have ever had anything like that happen where someone drops something very vague that does directly affect you. And you're like, well, just tell me the thing that you're talking about. So I've been waiting for a couple of hours for this person to respond to let me know a controversy that's apparently happening that I'm not aware of. So hopefully it's not too bad. 4 and a 1. I like the 4 for Charterstone. I don't have much other use for the 4 elsewhere. So let's use the 4 in Charterstone. I get 1, 2, 3 crates for it, and I get 1 star for each of them. So all I need is a 2 on my final 2 turns to complete Charterstone. That's looking pretty good. Pretty rare that I actually complete Charterstone. Hopefully I haven't accidentally cheated there. I haven't used the 1 yet. My little Scythe, the 1 doesn't really benefit me there. So let's use the 1 in Millennium Blades. It will end up giving me a 6. Okay, let's use the 1 as a single coin. I'll reduce that 1 to a 0, which gives me a star. And I gain a 6, which I can use in any of these 3 realms, but I think I should use it for Millennium Blades if I use 3 pumpkins. So that I use 3 pumpkins. Oh, this is a little weird. I kind of forgot about this. With 3 pumpkins. Huh. Yeah, this is a little awkward about Millennium Blades because 3 pumpkins can't turn a 6 into a 7. But Millennium Blades ask you to turn these numbers into higher numbers. But that's okay. I couldn't turn it into a 9 anyway. So I'll just spend the 2. But I need to use 3 pumpkins to reuse that number in Millennium Blades. And then I also need to spend extra pumpkins to actually change the number, which is the unfortunate part, up to a 7. That's maybe a little clunky there. I don't know. And I will gain a coin and a 4. But I can't use that 4 anywhere. Yeah, I can't use that 4 anywhere. So I guess I have a die that I can't use now. So at least I get an extra resource. Let's turn that into a coin because I can use coins at least in Millennium Blades to turn a 6 into this 9 or close to it. All right, turn 8. A 4 and a 2. Well, we were looking for a 2 for Charterstone. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go with that. All right. A 4 and a 2. Thank you, Chad and Julie, for kind of reassuring me that maybe there's not a controversy that I'm not aware of. 4 and a 2. So the 4, I would love to convert into a 3. So I will use a coin, as I'm allowed to do in Millennium Blades, to turn that 4 into a 3, and I gain a coin and a 4 value die. That isn't going to get me up to the 9. But if I can use that 4 elsewhere, and then I can't use the 4 in my little Scythe either. So that 4 will also just become a coin. I guess I do have all these hearts, but copying a number doesn't really help me at this point. All I really need now is a 9. Or a number that I can match in my little Scythe to help me get a coin to help me turn something into a 9. So I need a high roll here for the final turn. Hopefully a high roll. Not a high roll, a 2 and a 3. Well. The 3 at the very, this will be tough, but we'll see how close I can get. The 3 I can use in my little Scythe. Here's the 3. I get a pumpkin out of it. I also get a coin out of it. But here's the challenge. I now need to turn a 2 or a 3. I could copy the 3 with these hearts into a 9. So I have 4 coins. So that brings it down to a 5. But that's as close as I can get. So I don't think I can cross off that 9, unfortunately. I'm going to come a little short, 2 stars short of Millennium Blades. At least I completed that top row. So I can't even use the 2. I actually can't use that 2. I waited too long to use all those 6s I got earlier. Fritz Brun says he played Finspan for the first time last night. While Worm is still their favorite, the rest of the group like Finspan the best. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, Finspan is snappy, especially if you play with some overlapping turns. You can get through a game of Finspan and have that full kind of wingspan, Wormspan experience, or similar, not necessarily full, but similar in a shorter amount of time, which I really appreciate. I can't use the 2. So the 2 will just become another resource that I can't use. So even that gets me even closer to being able to use the 3, but I can't get there. So I'll miss out on some stars here. Fortunately, I do get all the stars from my little Scythe and Charterstone, and I have a bunch of extra. So I have, let's see, 1.2, 13.2, 17.2 as my final score. Pretty good, especially since I didn't quite finish Millennium Blaze. I'm curious if any of you took advantage of those early 6s and managed to get that 9 taken care of, so you didn't have to worry about it as late as I did, and maybe got a higher score than me. Let me know how you did in the comments here or in the future if you play along later against compared to my 17.2, which is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Alrighty, that's Charterstone, my little Scythe, and Millennium Blades. Mark got 18.5. Well done, Mark. Thank you all for hanging out. This is always fun. I really appreciate it. And I'll be back tomorrow for round 2, which includes, at least I see on the top here, the Guild of Merchant Explorers and Red Rising, and one other one that I can't quite see yet, but we'll find out tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye. Oh, Julie got a 16.0, and she got the 9 midway through, but goofed up in Charterstone. Well done, Julie, for at least getting that 9. That's a difficult one to get. All right, take care, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.